right, I'm finally here. Yeah, the traffic was crazy, but thanks to the mopeds and all the bikes that are around, I was able to make it. Really, today, since this is about staking, it's about validators, it's about proof of stake, I thought I'll take a different approach in highlighting what really Ethereum validators have been doing for us and where can we take them next. And how can they really help fix some of the existing challenges on Ethereum that we're facing. So maybe a quick background on Puffer, what we've been doing. We've been really focusing a lot on research and new innovative approaches in solving existing challenges on Ethereum. For example, we started by focusing on enabling permissionless restaking and node operations on Ethereum because there was a lot of talk that at-home stakers are going to be set aside after restaking comes along because they wouldn't be able to compete with more sophisticated node operators or staking operators. Now I want to dive just quickly into what is the state of Ethereum today, why a lot of folks are challenging it, why is it that quote unquote the narrative is not at its best place, why do we need, again, some influencers are on Twitter saying that we need a North Star for it. There's the challenge of fragmentation. We have north of 70 rollups. Users have to pick between one. We're really selling users infrastructure rather than selling them dApps. That's why we ended up here. A user comes to Ethereum. They want cheap transactions. Then we give them 100 options, and they don't know where to go. There's competing narratives around speed and around access for users. There's alt VMs that it's just one alt VM, and they save your fast. There is poor L2 UX. Today, when you go to an L2, you end up on a sidechain. Use third-party bridges to come back, or use native bridge and wait 7 days. And last but not least, there were centralization. We all know that there was a lot of talks that we should not pass 33%. There's one example entity everybody knows, Lido. There was a lot of talks about it that it shouldn't go too big. And at the same time, on the sequencer side, on the L2 side, we also ended up centralizing. Before I start just talking about this vision, I'll let you just look at this for a minute. But I want to say, what are the things that we found out that Ethereum validators can do that we didn't know before? We didn't know we can use Ethereum validators as a database. We have dank sharding, proto-dank sharding. We're providing as a database data availability to all the rollups. Now, in the latest findings and researchers led by Justin Drake, we also found out that we can use Ethereum validators as L2 sequencers. That was the biggest finding. Why is it valuable? One of the ways to fix the poor L2 UX that I talked about in the last slide is to use shared sequencing. Your sequencer gets to talk to other sequencers. You get interoperability. You don't get to have to wait for 7 days to withdraw or all this time to withdraw. Ethereum validators, as the world computer, can be the ultimate shared sequencer. We all agree to use them today. We do our transactions today on them. Why not come to agreement to use them for also sequencing our rollups? This enables this future of app chains, based app chains. The vision is, so far, the entire crypto have been selling infrastructure. Imagine the way that we're trying to onboard users. Today, PayPal goes and tells its users, I run on AWS, I run on GCP, come use my platform. That's what we're doing on crypto today. We should change it. We should create a great infrastructure like based app chains, that all the crypto users have to care about is the dApp that they use. I am using a DEX on Ethereum network. That's all a user has to know. We, as infrastructure providers, should provide them with cheap transactions. Where do they come from? This idea of based app chains. For example, in the future, we're gonna get a Uniswap that is its own rollup, not a general purpose Unichain, but it is today. It's its own rollup. It's specifically designed to do AMM. It's specifically designed to do what a DEX is supposed to do. While saving gas costs for a user does not even know which chain they are. They're just using a dApp. They're not going to 72 chains. This is the future that we're building for, thanks to Ethereum validators. What are the advantages over like the RAS that we have today? In the rollup-centric map, we have this RAS model. Get your own L2. Write one line of code, get your own L2. The L2s that we get today are so disconnected from Ethereum capital market itself that we have to replicate whatever is on Ethereum today on these L2s. I have to create my own DEX, create a lending protocol, create a stable coin, create X, Y, and Z, everything. We're just cloning Ethereum on these L2s. This was not the purpose of the rollups. Again, thanks to Ethereum validators, we can create a very interoperable rollup future that all the rollups can talk to each other. The rollup can talk to the L1 itself in real time. And we'll be able to just overcome what is really hurting Ethereum today. So now through what we have been working at Puffer, starting from a liquid restaking, we're able to get access to many validators. These validators can provide the much needed sequencers or compute resources for the based rollups that are being deployed. There is one caveat. Of course, not everything is great, not everything is perfect. When you're using a computer that syncs every 12 seconds, your rollup is going to be slow. You cannot compete with a rollup that somebody has like a supercomputer in their backyard and processing. That's where we needed pre-confirmations. Pre-confirmations is this other piece of technology that the validators give faster finality, faster confirmations to the rollup, in this case, or to the user on the L1 that their transactions will be included. This is another piece of technology that Ethereum validators can support. So now at Puffer, aside from just staking and restaking, we introduced two new tech stacks, based sequencing and pre-confirmations. One brings interoperability and bring the future better UX for dApp developers and users. The other brings speed. An update, the latest update, yesterday we just announced our phase 0 or phase 1 of Unify-based rollup. It's for developers. If you're a developer, come talk to me. We can definitely work together. Also on our pre-confirmations, on a single core with our partner Titan, we were able to do 10K TPS on a single core. Now we can scale it, you can horizontally go more, and you can see now the power of pre-confirmations. Without any fancy alt VM, or let's change the VM in a way that is hyper-parallelized, or all these fancy things that are in the market right now, or anything else that's going on. So we're introducing the verticalized infrastructure. We believe it is the future of Ethereum, and companies should focus more on it to enhance UX and user experience. I'm a little bit on time here, but I want to also touch on, now thanks to the election, we have institutions feeling a little more comfortable over time. Every one of them would want to have either their payment platform, their real-world asset platform, anything else that only makes sense if it's on a cheap transaction rollup. Today, it's a big challenge, it's a big responsibility for a big institution to run their own rollup, due to either latency or due to liveness. What if the rollup goes down? their reputation is gone because it's a single computer. What if the actual compliance issue comes along? How are you going to deal with that? In this model, all you have to trust is, again, Ethereum validators. Ethereum validators, how often Ethereum validators go offline? How often in the past year Ethereum chain stopped working? Maybe once for 20 minutes, we stopped getting to finality in the last bear, or twice for 6 minutes. I think once was for 20 minutes, 22 minutes exactly, and the other time was for 6 minutes, and that's it. With this model, you have the ultimate liveness. So to just wrap it up, Buffer has been blessed to have great supporters, both from the institutional side and also from many crypto natives. We do aim to provide these services for many more to come. We're blessed to have great angels and advisors as well. We'll continue building. We've been building Buffer for over 2 years. Now we're getting to the great milestones of where we are today, which we already deployed our verticalized infrastructure. Thank you so much.